Hello everyone! Let's go! APC2 Qualifiers round 3 games. Yeah, I'm always late. I'm always a couple seconds after the countdown. I know. Hey everybody, Max, let's go. Fog Goblin Gods. Indeed. Malleus, let's go. Jake Barber, Elio, Robert, MT. Very nice to see you all. Yeah, yesterday we played with Digis on the 2v2 live fog tournament hosted by Sulfurrent and Sidewinder. And we actually won. I was like, there's no chance that we win this tournament. You had teams like Starflash and Elagatua, Kill Me First and Talos, and then Fluffy and Plague. Oddly enough, they were all really greatly designed teams. I gotta say, like, every team had a kind of a theme, right? Like Starflash and Elagatua, just, you know, top. Killing First and Plague, two players that played the game very differently than you would normally see. And then Fluffy and Plague, well, you could put Plague, wait, did I say Killing First? No, it was Killing First and Talos. So okay, maybe if Killing First and Plague would have been in the same, then it could be a little more in theme. But anyway, yeah, Fluffy and Plague plays it very differently, and Fluffy just loves to stall. So it was a crazy tournament. We played 3 games on these very big 2v2 fog maps. It was a lot of fun. There was a point system that was pretty cool. So like we had a certain amount of points to then use in the CO picks. So all the COs were given an amount of points, like how much they would cost, and then as a team you could kind of choose how you would distribute that. So like you know, in round, I don't know, in the second round there was only like 3 points, so you could choose between going like, I don't know, Jess and Grim, or something like Adder and Jake, something of that sort. In the last round we had 10 points, which was all of it, and you could pick literally like Hachi, Kanbei, Colin, but then you would have to go Grim, Jugger, or Flag, or you could go somewhere in the middle, and so you would do like, you know, double Kindle or Eagle and Jess, I don't know. So it was really cool. I really like that concept. I think they got it, they achieved it really well. I think that format should have worked pretty nicely with some adjustments. I think I definitely agree with what Elagatua was saying at the very end there, that maybe without tier 0, because it is absolute nonsense. The things that were happening with the Hachi mirror is just nonsense. Yeah, I don't think that's very healthy competitive wise. So there's a reason why tier 0s are banned, and I think that was shown pretty well. Hopefully we can make some content out of that. We'll see. I'll see. I'll see if we do something with DJs. But that should be fun to cover those matches that we had. Anyways, that was yesterday. I ended really late yesterday because I had also a birthday party. So I'm here. I know I'm a little bit later than usual. A little bit much later than usual, but here we are. Today's the last day for the round 3 matches to be played by the players. So there's still a few left. So I'm gonna show you which ones there's been. Can't even speak English. And we have already some confirmed qualified players. So today I think I'm gonna try to cover pretty much all the games from round 3, because they should all be big bangers. Thank you, Max. It wasn't my birthday, but it was a family birthday, so it was a lot of fun, that for sure. Yeah, the link, Big Brady, is on Sidewinder's Twitch channel. I've heard people complain, being like, why is he not on YouTube? He said that eventually he's gonna move to YouTube. I think Twitch has been they're gonna remove like the archive of videos, which they used to give for free, so you could have all of your streams on VODs on Twitch, and now it looks like that's no longer going to be the case. I mean, it sort of makes sense because, I don't know, server costs, I guess. so much storage of video footage, it's definitely tough. But yeah, kind of sad for the small Twitch streamers that probably can't get any, I don't know, access agreement with the Twitch platform to be like, hey, let me have all my stuff, you know? They probably, the big ones probably do, but you know, the small ones, here we are fighting for whatever breadcrumbs are left for us, no? Anyways, but I think from what we have talked with him, he will eventually move to YouTube, because YouTube, it's a video freaking platform, right? They will keep the videos up pretty much forever. So that'll be interesting whenever he does indeed do the move, or maybe he'll do both. I don't know. Something to ask him. And Tier 0's mirror matches are somehow not balanced to themselves. Exactly. Well, there was something in that game 3. It was DJs and I against Fluffy and Plague. And we went Hachi, Flak, and they literally picked the same Hachi and Flak. The only difference is that we weren't on the same player slots, which was pretty interesting. I think we had the better end of that. Like I was Hachi and I was in the better spot for Hachi, but we didn't realize they actually had some end game plan where we thought they were throwing, like Plague was just like sacrificing everything. I don't know if you guys want me to just give you the spoilers right here, but I might as well. There's only 30 people here. I don't know how many will watch this later. Usually people skip towards the game coverages. But there's something that was done, and it happened multiple times in other matches also in the tournament. But something of like giving up your bases to the other CO, to the stronger CO, right? And then instead of being like 2 bases and 2 bases, you would have like 3 bases for the stronger CO and 1 base for the weaker CO. Something of that sort. Plague and Fluffy really took it to the next level, and it kind of paid off. Like I think it really shows how broken Tier 0 COs can be. And honestly, Hachi mirrors is I don't think any good. There's a point where you're just doing super, making mega tanks, slamming onto Hachi's mega tanks to get the charge, to have another super to make more mega tanks, and it's just never ending. You pretty much can never flip Hachi's cities or HQ, you know. So it's like it's an impossible fight. It's just slamming, and you're never gonna get anywhere. So I think that really shows how bad tier zero COs are for the competitive scene. Honestly, they're great for memes, but once you have a format like that, it's just like not enjoyable. There's nothing you can do. It's literally just head scratching yourself. Like, what do? I just slam stuff, make more, slam stuff. There's no progress. And if the optimal play is to just sit back and stall, then that is not a healthy gameplay, honestly. Okay, I want to thank some donations that came over this way from last week, I think, or on the 19th. Okay, back in on the 11th, we had a €25 donation by Hunch. Thank you so much. 20 equals to 26.71 $26.71. Thank you, Hunch, so much. We have a $1 donation by Please Work, and then a $50 donation by It Worked. I thought that was pretty hilarious. So thank you for the $51 donation, whoever that is. And then a freaking $200 donation by Asais, the biggest donation yet of this tournament. So massive thank you to you. So you'll see probably here the updated prize pool distribution. I don't know why I don't have the prize pool. Let me see. Is this? Let me see what this does. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, I think I have it on the other scenes. Let's see if I can pull this up. Give me 1 second. You don't do this for a while and then you forget how to do this stuff. Price pool. Oh man, how do we do this? Oh, I think I know. I'm so dumb. There you go. Let's go. Okay. So the price pool right now is at $14.25 with 40 cents. Let's go. Very nice, very nice. Hey Mansa, let's go. Yeah, shout out to the J Token interview. Thanks Mansa for doing all our work. That's a crazy interview we had a few weeks ago, I think. That was a lot of fun. You should definitely check that out. You will maybe understand or be more confused of the Jitakuin himself. Yeah, depends how you take it. Yeah, first place right now gets $300, second place $200, and then less amounts. But of all the players that you will see today, they will all be getting the lower, like the 35 and 63, even if they lose, right? Even if they lose 2-0, they still get that, and that will just get bigger as perhaps more donations come in. So that's really cool. Anyways, got the donations, and oh, I wanted to show you something new that Steeler did. You left more confused, Mansa? Yeah. Okay, let me show you. I want to show you this, guys. This is pretty neat. Okay. Also, let me know how the audio is sounding. I did more changes on the mic. I'm really trying to make it sound better. And I think I just like took off a bunch of filters and editing. I literally just like started Googling what do I set this thing at and just started doing that. It started sounding a little bit better, less muffled and like, I don't know, based. I don't know. You guys let me know. I think the music should be good. We'll see. Anyways, I wanted to show you this. Where is it? So we have the stats on the map picks. This is really cool. So you can see here, for example, the map Lucifer. It was picked by player 1 8 times, banned 16 times. By player 2 picked 5 times, banned 18. And then amount of times on Game City, which is the one that they, it's like the last one that wasn't picked or banned. It was 2 times. So it kind of tells you, okay, there were 15. This map was picked 15 times. 2 times was left at the very end. And so you can see here what is the trend on all of these maps. What you can notice is that the one that was the least picked is Razor's Edge. So 7 picks overall for Razor's Edge. 5 times it was left as Game 3, which is the 3rd lowest. And then I think the one that was picked the most, surprisingly, is Safecracker. The one with the contested base and the rockets. So you have 10 and 10, 4 times as the Game 3. So it's picked the most out of all the maps. That was pretty surprising. Even, I think in second place comes Trouble in Paradise with 18 picks, 8 times as Game 3. Catatonia is the most left as Game 3. So it's like, it's not people's favorite. It might be actually the second least favorite. Yeah, with 10 picks. It is the second least picked map, but it is the most map that people are maybe like more indifferent. That's not their favorite, but they're most indifferent. They will leave it as Game 3. It's like, okay, whatever, let's just leave it there. I thought that was pretty funny. And then all the others, Swiss Banking, Misery, they're kind of similar. Same with Lucifer, which is kind of expected. I think Lucifer and Swiss Banking are going to be those like middle. They're the more traditional kind of maps. The others are a little bit more crazy, right? The damage race in Trouble in Paradise, same thing in Catatonia. Misery is just Misery Madness. Also damage race. I feel like the meta right now is definitely just going for that base pressure, and then you have the 2 contested bases. So pretty interesting. Catatonia made you uncomfortable to play and don't know why, so I banned it, says Hiron. Catatonia is very chaotic. It is, but it's incredible, man. It gives really great games. There is though that one aspect of players having to know to protect their lab early on. So as long as they're mindful of that, you know, maybe not move off the lander, or if you do, make sure you have a freaking infantry in range to stop that lab cap, because if not, that is pretty sad to see a loss go through because of that. Anyways, okay, I've shown you that. We can also go through. We can also see now. Let me show you this. I'm showing you the behind the scenes here, guys. This is some prime, you know, confidential stuff. But you can see here, for example, you go to the first round, Christian and Deegis, and now we can see their picks. We couldn't see that before. It would just show like their pick and the last game, but it wouldn't show what was banned. So I think this is pretty interesting and very helpful, I think, for people for later on, for the main event, to kind of decipher who is who based on the picks. So this should be pretty crazy. I'm not sure how to show this to everyone, so I might just like literally just show one by one. And for those that really want to go crazy, they can take screenshots and maybe, you know, write down the data or something. I don't think this is gonna be like on a, I don't know, Excel format or anything. It'll just be like this. But it'll be interesting. We can take a look at this later. I wanted to start covering some matches, but if we cover some sets, we can look at this as we then cover the set, kind of as a preparation for the main event as well. Okay. Let me look at my notes. Okay, I gotta start recording. That's a good note. Hopefully OBS doesn't crash. I think I didn't mention, but I don't know why freaking OBS just, like, the software that I used to stream just literally just closed when I had started streaming, when you had the countdown. I was like, what the hell? So fortunately the stream kept going. I'm not sure if you guys saw some kind of freeze there until like I was able to resync to the stream. I have no idea. I'll have to check later how that works. Okay, Tafray says you could always do a video introducing the players, mentioning favorite picks, playstyles, and map choices. Ooh, that's a really good point, actually. Could help viewers who aren't as familiar with the players. That's a really good point. Yeah, my plan was, once we have all the qualified players, to do a video, just give like maybe some pointers of what I think sort of defines or like characteristics of players. You know, for example, I don't know, Arya makes a bunch of Neo tanks, you know, or Plague makes mechs, right? Like stuff like that. And then, but that's a really good point, actually, because it's not that many, right? There's only 7, well, 8 with Starflash, but he hasn't been doing the picking because he auto qualified. But we can definitely take a look at what these 7 have been picking and banning, and because what's the point of knowing everyone's, right? I think that's a really good point, actually. So we can do that. We can take a look later, just at those 7. I'm not sure that we will be able to know all 7 today. So maybe we can take a look at the ones that we know are qualified. And then next weekend, we can take a look at the rest. But that's a really good point. I'm going to actually take note of that. Good point. Okay, cool. So, a lot of work. No, I don't think it's a lot of work. Just clicking the, what is it, the 3 rounds of each of the qualified players and just showing boom, boom, boom. And then I probably won't take too much note of what they picked. I'll do like a mental note, but people can then just, write. Be like, oh, so-and-so did this. I mean, that's what Darth Noob did last time. And he was the one with the most amount of guesses, right? He had only mixed up one player, I think, like one set of players. That was pretty crazy. Okay, I think with that done, we can get into some games. That's what people are here for. So, let me do this. There's been 13 games so far of round 3. So I think perhaps we can cover some of the completed sets. Let me take a look. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. Dang, we'll see if we can cover all of these today. There's 4 qualified players already. Dang. Pretty crazy. Whole Taos is playing. Oh yeah, I think I saw them scheduling. I think it's Taos and Torridred. Yeah, but I'll have to cover that later. No, Taos and Torridred? No, Taos and Suomi, the unknown, the mystery player. Yeah. Okay, so let's start from the top. Let's see. I don't think we covered any game 3 matches, right? So let's start with the first set. Am I gonna do a YouTube intro? I usually just go ahead once I start the match, but I think we have everything ready. And oh, you know what? Should I use the thingy? Let's see. So we have this set. And then where's my... Yeah, we should do this, right? Let's hype up the tournament. Qualifiers round 3. What do you want to call it? Qualifiers round 3 or last round? It's probably too small. Whatever. I think last round sounds more hype. Let's do... Okay, whatever. That will have to do. Okay. Let me check that I have everything. We're recording good. I made myself literally a little checklist so I remember to do these things. I think we can go. Oh, wait. Oh my god. I need to show you the picks. And this will probably just be for you guys. I won't put this on any video. Where are we? Azrael and Wealthy Tuna. Okay. Yeah, this works. Okay. So we have Azrael and Wealthy Tuna. Round 3. It looks like Azrael picked Misery. So our first match where it's going to be on Misery. And then we have Lucifer, the more standard map for Wealthy Tuna, Safecracker, and Razor's Edge and Safecracker. Okay, so Azrael does not like contested bases. I know he dislikes, well, he doesn't dislike, but he really does not want to play on Razor's Edge at all. I heard him say that he will never pick that map and he will always ban it first. He played it once and he was like, never again. And Wealthy Tuna, he banned Swiss Banking and then he banned Trouble in Paradise. I think perhaps because he lost on that map last time. And then I left Catatonia as the game 3. So let's get into it. Let me flip around the penguins, I think. And yeah, we have Azrael in Orange Star with Sammy. And we have Wealthy Tuna here with also Sammy and also the penguin. Well, also Wealthy Tuna with Sammy, but the penguins. So I got the red and the blue. Definitely a lot of Sammy mirrors on this map. I'm really curious about what you guys think about this map. I think it's pretty chaotic, but what I've been seeing lately is that there is some infantry fighting early on these middle cities. Usually a tank is sent from the space towards here to kind of perhaps stop a capture or whatever, or help out with a little kind of fight when like this side of infantry try to clash against this side. And then you see RDs coming out here and copters to kind of put some pressure onto the space, and then same thing over here. And then it becomes that little base threat rush pressure moment when you're like, do I buy an anti-air or do I build a medium tank, and all that fun stuff. A lot of tactical kind of puzzles there, if like, can you take out the base or not? I think the fact that there isn't a comm tower on this map helps kind of slow down that pressure. So definitely there's some archetypes of maps that I think zero comm tower really works nicely. Yeah. Hey, Josh PW. You think Sammy's very strong? Yeah, I think I've seen some Kindle and some Olaf playing pretty nicely. I think Sammy's probably the sort of easier kind of pick. And especially she will win this middle fight, I think, with the infantry. So that's probably the trickiest part, because there is quite a bit of income here. Once you're able to win this and you get all 6 of these, that's a 3k or 6k income lead. So it's pretty significant. Surprisingly, Azrael makes his first tank over here on the weaker base. But I think actually that makes it so this tank, because this tank doesn't reach here, and I've seen that time and time again where they try to use this tank to stop some of these captures, but by the time it gets here, this city is captured. And then you usually can't reach this base, or you can, but there's a mech that can threaten you, and then you can't reach this one, so it's not very effective early on to stop any of these caps. So perhaps that's the idea behind this tank, but that is going to mean that he's going to have 1 less infantry down here, so he's going to be slowed down on this city capture. So we'll have to keep an eye out over here if that will make it so Wealthy Tuna will be like half a turn ahead to be able to hit this guy when it tries to cap. And we get a mech here trying to protect this little penguin, but this penguin is not protected. We get a second tank over here and a tank over here from Wealthy Tuna. Yeah, weird, right? That they both made the tank on the weak side. Also, this tank didn't go this way. Another case where it wouldn't really stop a capture here, although it could, honestly. I think if Wealthy Tuna would have been in range over here, then he could self-interrupt this to take out this guy when it goes for this capture. So I don't think that would have been really bad. I think that would be kind of good with no answer also. I mean, it would slow down his capture, but I don't think it's horrible. On the other hand, here Azo is gonna go for that interrupt. I think it's very much worth it. There's no other infantry, so a classic case of like, I'm gonna finish the cap because I'm Sammy, but I'm gonna lose a penguin. Oh wow, and Ezreal hitting this infantry, so sacrificing a tank there, like giving that mech a lot of value just to stop this capture. Wow, okay. He's gonna go for the kill over there, which is outrange. Oh, I guess not. So I guess that's the whole point of this tank, to be in range to smack this one from the city. Interestingly, what he's doing is gonna get both of these cities, which it seemed from the games that we've seen that it is a very toxic city. Like, you don't want to touch that city early. Whoever gets that city gets into trouble, let's just say. Because like neither player wants to go for that, because this player wants to speed up this chain, the airport, especially, so you don't want to go for that. And then this player doesn't want to go for that because you either get interrupted because this player gets a tank to sit on it, but you're delaying the middle captures and all of these other captures, so it's very tricky. What he's doing is gonna get a poke there. Okay, he's gonna go get that. So a little bit of a little pincer strike, I guess. And now he's gonna get that support. So this is just so that Azrael can't finish this off and then start a capture. I'm not sure if this 7 HP would take this off. I mean, even if that's the case, then this guy doesn't reach. Now we see a copter over here. Okay. So he does take it out and he starts the capture there. Okay. But Wealthy Tuna does have 2 infantry in range, so he could opt to go and capture this, but you have 2 Sammy infantry to hit you. So an option would be to just go and hit both of these infantry. We'll see if Azog's gonna make. He can't make a tank. He would have to double base kick. Wow. And he's gonna double down there with those hits, and nice little block there with his infantry, so this tank cannot hit the higher HP tank. Dang, that's pretty good. This tank still got quite a bit of value. What is that? 2 and 7, like 9 HP in damages, plus an infantry. So not bad, not bad. And Meg is gonna get a shot out by this infantry. So the mech got value, right? Same value. It's kind of half a tank. So it's sort of an even trade. And wow, Watituna trying to use his wealth to build the first chunky unit of the match, of the day too. Our first chunker of the stream. And he's gonna take that out. He's gonna need a bit more capping over here to finish that capture. This tank is gonna be kind of stranded. Remember, the only base that can really go through this passage, this one tile passage, is this base. So this tank, it got a hit here, but now it's kind of stranded. It's not gonna get any more value right now, especially because this mech was made to protect this guy. There's no infantry either in position to threaten this. He's been making those mechs. So this tank is probably gonna have to front switch over here and try to put some pressure on this base right here. So there you go. Now copter and already. So we're seeing the pressure over here in this corner, and we're not seeing it on this side. Okay. A bit of that winning infantry battle over here, but look at this group of infantry by Azara. He's gonna try to stop these captures. He ended up getting this city, even though he was a little bit later. So that tank, although he got that hit from the mech, he was able to stop this city. So definitely paying off, honestly. Interesting place, right? Sacrificing a tank there. Not entirely, but even value, but was able to stop this long enough that now these infantry are in position. So he will probably deny this forever. Like, there's 3 infantry, maybe 4. No, I mean, there's 3 healthy ones, and you have all of these orange star dudes ready to stop that. So that's gonna put Azrael ahead 1k, perhaps more if he really all-ins over here. Problem is, all this unit count, if it goes to this, he's gonna have no unit count on this base, and what his unit can have a bunch of penguins, already copter. So we'll have to see. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Medium tank infantry, gonna take that out. Okay, anti-air for sure. So, okay, he's opting to go for a bit of a pressure down here instead of this base. There we see the arty. And he's going to need quite a lot of coverage over here from these guys. These are pretty menacing guys. Meg is protecting from that tank. So he'll be fine. Is he going to try? No, okay. He just gets a hit there. Because if he goes for the kill, then he can do arty and Meg, take out the anti-air and force another anti-air build. Pretty smart. I'm really liking how Azrael is playing. It's very interesting. He's like opting or setting up very interesting trades. Yeah, usually you would be like, oh, that's bad, right? Like very if you just look at it very simply, oh, Copter gets a basic hit and then Copter, like anti-air is gonna get a kill there. But not really. Or like the tank trade there, like they're very smart long-term plays. And what he's doing now is going to go for that kill. He's gonna have to make another one. To be fair, I guess he can. Yeah, he's just gonna make another anti-air. Because he has the medium tank, he has a tank. So just with these two, he's gonna be able to ward off these. There isn't even that many tanks to start with. So he's kind of fine there. I think as long as he can protect this mech, so it'll be a good deterrent against the arty, that he should be fine. He's gonna have to try to stop this, but the 6 and 4 is not gonna be enough to stop that capture. So it looks like Wealthy Tuna is gonna lose a little bit of his wealth right there. So he's gonna opt to go for better infantry engagements. So yeah, Azrael opted for, I'm gonna use all these infantry, all this unit count to go for the flips. And perhaps also put some pressure, like join all this unit count over here and put the pressure on the space. So you can see how little there's going to be over here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, he does go for the arty and mech. Now he goes for a mech to defend from the arty. And he goes again for the same setup. So interesting there. Getting that hit on the mech, which will make it less scary for the arty. Because if he keeps trading copters like this, you know, copter anti-air, you have more copters coming from this side, and the only mech is this one. So if he's able to take it out, he can't be making anti-air and mech at the same time, right? And there's also twice as many copters perhaps. Will he make double copter? Nah, he can't. He's just gonna make one. But eventually he's not gonna have enough anti-airs to deal with these, and not a mech to deal with the arty that's gonna be locking down that base. So really interesting. And there he goes. He's gonna take out another copter, so he's gonna have to make another anti-air. Ooh, using that mech there, oof. That's gonna be a problem. Now this arty is gonna be able to freely position over here. Perhaps this copter can, and maybe more copters. Oh, he doesn't have the money. Yeah, like maybe this one copter can get a hit on the arty and that can help him. He's gonna go for that over there. He didn't go for the setup there on the base because of the mech, but he's being patient. Also getting awfully close to victory march. No double time. All this copter anti-air trading is a lot of power. And here comes the first double time, actually. Never mind. Okay, let's see what he gets. Some extra movement? No, just more firepower there. Gets the kill. Wow, okay. He's gonna take out that tank. I think just getting rid of some unit count here and block. Okay. Doesn't even shoot at the anti-air. Okay. Ooh. Was this good? I don't know. I'm not sure if taking out that tank is better than taking out the anti-air. Okay, maybe just more of a long-term play. He's gonna perhaps get this flip, like he has to base block himself to take out this anti-air and then move this. Okay, interesting though. I think this might work, and this victory march does something strange here, but because this guy has to sit on the base, so it's gonna get shot at. And then do you move this guy off? There's a tank and a mech. So there's quite a few threats onto the anti-airs, and he has to base block. So he might be able to kind of take out both of them on the following turn. Here comes the victory march from Wealthy Tuna. He's gonna steal a city over there, steal another one. So he truly is gonna be a Wealthy Tuna right now. Like maybe more than wealthy. He's gonna be, I don't know what's more than wealthy. Just extremely rich, extremely wealthy. Yeah, 28 to 16k in income. As well uses his power, so he's not gonna have that victory march. And wow. Okay. He sacrifices. He deletes that anti-air, so he can place the medium tank here, take out that copter, and maybe make another one. Another medium tank. Okay, so he's going to be blocked in. This is gonna die, but then there's gonna be 2 copters and just like an infantry. And he's gonna get shelled down by these arties. Dang. Okay. Perhaps relying on that extra money now, all that wealth. You know, he can pop out some chunkies over here and hold on to that base just with the extra money, and eventually take out this one. 2 arty shots are gonna get rid of that. A mech and tank should get rid of this, and this medium tank is gonna be pinned down. Dang. Okay. There we go. And another double time. He's gonna... Okay, a copter hit there, but he doesn't have another copter or anti. So this copter trade over here will still be a bit of a winning trade for Azrael. You're gonna have all these properties that Wealthy Tuna flipped on Victory March that Azrael is gonna try to flip back. Classic Victory March. Oof, if you look at the unit count, it's pretty nasty. 28 to 15. So gonna have to really make use of that extra money. Perhaps not go for the base yet. But I think this space is gonna be lost. That double arty barreling down there, I don't think there's anything that Wealthy Tuna can do to stop it. He's gonna go for that copter trade, the terrible 7th floor there. Okay. Azrael saved up some money as well because he has 23 in the bank with 17k income. He just made tank and double infantry, saving up for perhaps a medium tank, a neo tank perhaps. Just one arty is not gonna cut it to take out the base, so definitely a better setup here from Azrael. One hit, and now we have the double arty setup over there. Yeah, this base is pretty much lost. You have to delete this and make a mega tank, but it's so expensive. There goes that medium tank. The classic panic buy button. Bonk. Does 3 damage. Again, you need 2, right? Because this is... Sure, you're paying 19,000 for a medium tank at 9 HP, pretty much. But it's still working. And now this copter is threatening the arty, so he has to put something over here to block. He's trying to take out all the infantry, but this city will go through, so he is gonna maintain these 2 and these 3, it seems like. So he's still gonna be ahead on income. He's gonna be behind on unit count, and that medium tank is officially bye-bye. So that base is also bye-bye. That is gonna get flipped, and Wealthy Tuna resigns. Dang, okay. That income difference was flipping back for Azrael. So we don't get the KD. Okay, I'll pull up the stats. Dang, really good trades there early on by Azrael, I have to say. The tank mech thing, the copter sacrifice, anti-air trade. Perhaps Wealthy Tuna just had to let that be, like not go for the anti-air trade there. Just conserve them, just pull them back, let that copter, whatever, get that hit on that tank or whatever it wants, and just conserve 2 anti-airs at least, so that to really deter Azrael from using the copters to block you in. I think that's probably the play. You really want to conserve those numbers, because once you run out of anti-airs, then you're just gonna get pinned down by copters. The medium tanks are just not gonna live, you know. You have 2 RDs. Medium tanks don't do anything to copters, so you have to have that good composition. To siege the base, you need I think at least 2 RDs and 1 or 2 copters. They're key. And then to defend, you need the anti-airs, you need the mech to deter the RD, and then you will also need the medium tank to kind of withstand the siege. It's a very tricky situation, but so much fun to see. Maybe not as fun to play. Nah, I'm kidding. It is fun to play. I think it's a really great like archetype of a map. I think it's really cool. You get to see so many different units. Okay, let's look at the stats. Ooh. Okay, total funds. Pretty even over here. And then you could see, okay, Multituna going up a little bit. Perhaps because he got both of these cities. Okay. And then over here, Azar was kind of caught up a little bit because he had denied this property from Multituna. And then with a double time, it kind of, well, after the victory march, right? Let's look at the amount of caps right there. The victory march right there. 8 caps for victory march wealthy tuna. That is indeed one wealthy tuna. But numbers don't always tell the whole story, right? You can see the income here flipping around with that victory march, but the unit count tells a pretty good picture there. Just kind of being a little bit lower there and then just dropping a lot after that double time. Army value, well, Tito was always a little bit ahead, but the double time turn is pretty good. Damage dealt, look at that. A big double time turn there, and then another one on the following. Like even the victory march didn't do, like it was just doing the same amount of damage than any other past turn. So these two were really significant by Azrael. Dang. GG. So that's one for Azrael right there. Let's look at the next one. You think that the HQ could have a 2 HP black boat to nerf the VM play? Not a bad idea. It's just kind of tricky to take out, I think, if you have a black boat there, because it's surrounded by mountains. I guess you would need copters. Dr. Nasty. Hard to get maps that are as arty friendly past Monty. Dang, Monty doesn't like arties. It's a tricky balance to strike because you don't want a map to be stally, but yes, you want it to be like good positionally. Is Lash too strong for tier 3 but not good enough for tier 2 on this map? I think Lash could be an interesting choice. There is quite a bit of terrain, right? That'd be interesting to see if someone picks her. Especially with her prime tactics, she can get a cap. You get all those mountains. It'd be pretty interesting, actually. The only thing is that Sammy gets that +1 movement, and also victory march is really strong. You're also facing possible Olaf, Kindle even. So it's tricky, but it is true that Lash Copters, they're not bad. They don't have any benefit. I don't think you need much. Like, you know, I wouldn't say that Sammy Copters are better than Lash, right? It's just the other stats that are maybe better. I'm sure. Yeah, anti-air is more valuable than the Copter in that position for sure. Okay. Lash powers are very expensive. They're pretty hype though. They're a little bit cheaper than Sammy's. Hers is what, 8? Yeah, 8. And Lash's is 7. Oh, just 1 star less than victory march. Man, that is tricky. But those vehicles from Lash, they would really pop. Honestly, a tank on a city, the RDs shooting from the plains or the forest. You can use terrain tactics as well to get like extra movement. I think it'd be pretty interesting. That'd be pretty cool to see someone pick Lash honestly on that map. It might be a dark horse pick. I think that's the expression. Someone correct me if I'm saying nonsense. But yeah, let's take a look at the next game. I think I might actually be right back. I think I'm gonna go out to the bathroom and I'll be back. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Oh, I messed up. Ooh, very interesting. Very interested in this match right here. Oh. What the heck? It's so... Why is this glitching out on me? You know what? Let me try to fix this. What is this nonsense? Okay, now yes. All right. Oh, we have Astaroth here. Let's go. You know, Lash might be an actual pick on Misery. Her prime tactics coming right before Victory March could save the base and a bunch of other cities. I don't know. Could be pretty interesting. She can also get a pretty nasty base kill. There's a city right next to the base. And you can start a cap with prime tactics. Yeah. I think 3 base mixed TA counter that Misery has is pretty good. Doctor or Nasty. It's like I think that works pretty nicely. Hey Sergu and Shug, let's go. Oh no, Siri, get out of here. Okay. Anyways, let's get into this match. So we have, let me put Azrael in Orange Star as he was in this last match. Let's keep those colors going. No, what's going on? Okay. So game 2 here of Azrael and Wealthy Tuna, as Azrael went 1-0. So Wealthy Tuna has to get the win here to stay in the game. And if he does, then we'll go to game 3. We have the map Lucifer, Azrael at the top with the orange star, and Max, he's going to open with a day 3 recon. Kind of a thing that you have to do if you're playing against Sammy, I think. Well, I think just as Max in general over here. And what he did down here in the Penguins with Sammy. I think in this map, we will see either Sammy, Max, and maybe sometimes Olaf picks. And actually, was he doing going for his own day 3 recon? What? Okay, that's going to delay the tank response. So Azrael also not going for the safe cap here, what he doing? So he's going to get a damage there, but even more damage because of this recon. Dang, okay. We'll see if this pays off for what he's doing, but this recon is not going to get any damage. I think that day 3 recon is only really viable by player 1 over here because you get this hit, which player 2 is not going to get. So I think this is just a bad opening by Watituna. It is going to set him behind because this recon is costing him a non-tank. He's going to make a desperation mech here. It seems like he's already starting with the wrong foot on this match. This might be a quick one, guys. This recon is going to get some free damage over here because yes, this mech is covering this guy, but not this one. And Azrael is going to go and capture in the face of that recon, which will get some damage in because this tank is not going to reach. But dang, yeah, that's 2 infantry shots, mech moving in, and now we see a tank. Okay. Can this recon go anywhere? I think it is trapped, but I think it can go and shoot at the mech, and that will be so much value from that recon. Hitting 2 infantry, essentially stopping, like this guy has not been able to go forward comfortably to go for these captures. He's waiting another one to be at full health. Oh, the music is off. What the heck? Let me okay, let me know if we are back, guys. The stream again crashed. I don't know what the hell is going on, but let me know in chat if you're here. We're back. Okay, I trust Xenon. Yeah, we're back. Okay. Yeah, I think the music player and my streaming software are not being the best of friends right now because whenever I'm trying to reset it, it just crashes. Yes, the second time it's happened today. So I think we're just gonna have to pull through without music. So that kind of sucks. But oh well, it is what it is, guys. No music for today. So let's keep on going. Actually, even the screen is dead. Oh my god, disaster. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm literally just gonna remove the music player completely. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, so we are back. Yeah, I crashed. I'm sorry about that, but we're back and we're gonna have to play the rest of today without music. I don't know why it's not working, but I don't want the stream to keep crashing. So it'll have to be without music. You have to like imagine the music and the sound effects in your head. There goes that recon. It is gonna get that damage on that mech, and that is 1 value recon right there. It is gonna die now to the tank, but man, has done some damage. It is guaranteed this cap for Azrael. It is also gonna mean that he's gonna be nicely set up to go for this city over here. This is okay. He got the kill here, but this tank is gonna take out some of what he's doing as infantry. He's gonna make a tank now, response. So the recon got a little bit of damage over here from Watituna, but I think the damage is clearly more significant on this side. So sort of the approach here, I think, is more Max-like. The recon into tanks is kind of what Max wants to do. And Sammy doesn't really want to go into recon and tanks, I think. I think she wants to play it a little bit slower, get into infantry fights, into like just a little bit of tank response, but then mostly mechs and arty copters. Just trying to triangulate there. Yeah, I can try another way of doing music, but I would have to, like, I don't know, play around with settings, and it's just gonna take me too much time. So I think for today it's just gonna be like this. I'll have to look for an alternative for next time. Yeah, it is what it is. It looks like every time I try to like reset where it pulls the music from, it just crashes, just because. So if I try to do that with something else, it would probably do the same. Like, it might not be the music player itself, it might be the streaming software. Okay. So we got a tank interrupt here, a tank response with a tank chain over here, but this is going to be perfect situation for Max, I think. So I think it's looking very good for Azrael. Watituna did get these two and this one. So he's ahead of one city. Well, I guess this one, but a bit about tank trading here. The thing is that Sammy doesn't want to be hitting tanks, max tanks equally, like on planes. It's pretty bad trade. So, and you have more tanks chaining, so it's just going to be pretty bad. Unless you can get a double time and get a hit here, but still not liking Watituna's position. We'll see if he can change this around, perhaps with this mech, and the infantry can start putting some pressure over these properties. But let's see what Watituna does. Is he going to go for some... Oh, he's going to try to break through here. Yeah, if you have better defense, then that is pretty nice. Oh, actually going for that one. So going for the weaker ones. And that's going to give him the double time for the mech shot there. Boom. That is very nice. Wow, okay, so this might be a nice turn where Watituna can bring this back. Dang, okay. So an awful start to like already being behind on the points of the set. But that was a pretty good turn right there. Let's see. I think he's also guaranteeing this capture unless there's a way to break through and hit it with a tank. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough with the power. Oh, but he has the max force. Okay. And all the extra number of infantry from Azrael from this side attacking the infantry from Sammy. Now Sammy has very little infantry. He is going to break through, but I don't think he's going to stop that. He's just going to take out infantry. Okay, he's going to hit it, but it's 6-5. Okay. Was not enough to stop that capture. So Watituna is still going to get that. And there's going to be quite a few infantry going down here, I think. Another mech shot there. That's pretty nice. And okay, gets a kill with that one. But that is going to... Oh. Why not... Oh, I guess... Well, maybe sacrifice this one, get the kill, and then this guy shoots, but... Okay. Didn't want to do that. Got this mech jumping around the mountains. A lot of... the usage of the high defense is really good here by Watituna. That is kind of what you have to do. Having those 30% more defense will sort of make up for the higher attack from Max. Still, Max could go and hit it because he'll get that like a 5-8. But he has to pull back over here. He's starting this capture, but he pulled back all of his tanks. You do have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks from Sammy against... This one was fresh. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks from Max. So this will be very easy to interrupt by Watituna. He's gonna take out all the infantry left, hit that guy, probably finish it off. Pretty nice. Gonna make an anti to respond to the copter. Not gonna go for the interrupts. Wow, he's letting Azeroth have both those cities. Dang. Okay, so this game might go way longer than I was expecting. Because now they're gonna be equal income. And where do you go? I would assume that the first cities to attack would be Azeroth attacking this city, and then Wealthy Tuna this one. But if Wealthy Tuna had an arty or would have made an arty, he would be able to hold on to this pretty much forever. And it wouldn't be the case for Azeroth over here. So I think I'm favoring more Sammy in this situation of equal income. He's getting these kills over here. Well, Azeroth is pulling back quite a bit, I think, because he is lower on tank numbers. But okay. I think this is pretty good for Wealthy Tuna. I'm surprised he's not making any arties yet. But he has a good number of tanks. The infantry numbers are pretty bad for Azeroth, 8 and 12. So he's bringing enough over here. It's pretty annoying here because you have to set this up in a way. Actually, what he's doing, I can just start capping and leave this tank here, and that'll be a guaranteed flip. That's how annoying Sammy can be. Some infantry getting poked over here. Okay. He thought it was covered by the anti, but you put enough tanks in there and you won't be able to break through. We'll see if Latina keeps going in and using the terrain there to attack and take it out. But oh, wow, even putting it right in front. So he's going to get that tank shot. I think there's a chance for the tank. Okay, yeah, I've forgotten about that. So Max with a tower can roll a 3, which will stop the capture. So he's not going to leave it up to chance. He's going to guarantee that, even if it means getting a first strike over there. He can always take it out and rotate another tank, just as long as he can get that flip. Dang, okay. So getting the flip on a property that I was not expecting. But he does go for the kill there and get another infantry hit. Trying to force the fight over here, perhaps. I mean, this mech would be protecting. It can hit this tile with a double time. You can't hit anything over here, though. You would need a victory march, so that's not going to happen. It's going to be pretty tricky. There's not a lot of tanks here from Wealthy Tuna, but he does have all this wave of infantry, so a lot of unit count, and he'll be able to do some nice blocking. If only he had an arty, man. He makes a second anti-air, although it's just one copter. Perhaps expecting more to come. I'm not sure. Or perhaps like wanting one to be over here and the other one over here in the middle. There it goes. Can I get that hit there? That's going to be a dead infantry. And we see a medium tank. Ooh. Okay. So what he's doing at desperately needing some arty over here. This is going to be big threat by Azeroth. A max medium tank is tough to deal with. You're going to need copters, arties. Okay. He's going to stop that capture. Not a lot of infantry from Azeroth on this side, so it's going to be hard for him to really maintain this attempts of flipping properties. And I think what he can do after denying this, he gets the copter kill there. You can probably just try to go for the middle. Just holding this and perhaps starting to threat. I mean, you have the medium tank, so you would want to kind of switch somewhere else. And I kind of wonder if the medium tank could have been built on this base instead, as you have all this incoming stuff. So you can get into a fight and then pull in the medium tank and then take out enough unit count before the arty gets in. Something like that. Yeah, he's not going to keep capping that. There's too many infantry here to stop that. And we get, ooh, the max blast. Why the max blast? He only has like 2 tanks left. Ooh. Man, that is... I always forget how strong max can be with a super. Okay, so that is That is max for you right there. He's gonna neutralize both of these mechs. But wealthy tuna, he might not be wealthy, but he is wealthy in charge. There goes that medium tank. Imagine if the medium tank was built over here. In a sense, he also needed more infantry. So tricky, but perhaps this tank could be an infantry. If this one was a medium tank, it would have gone to 2, 4, 6, 7, like over here. It would have taken out that tank that was on the road easily. So, okay. Here it comes. Here's the victory march. There is not going to be an HQ cap, but he's going to steal at least 2 properties, if not 3. Maybe this one as well. Hey, the port as well. Oof, this is going to be devastating. So let's see those mechs. Can it take out a tank? It doesn't. But, it doesn't. I guess because of the extra defense by max with the power on. It doesn't get to clear that. But there we go. 1 capture, 2 captures, 3 captures. He's going to take out these infantry. Okay. Take out that one and get that other cap. Man, now he truly is the wealthy tuna. 22k income against 12k income. As well, it's going to get 12k this turn. He can build copter, triple infantry, and have no spares. He also went and shot at all these infantry. Like this guy, the one that was fresh, the one that should have been a medium tank perhaps. But yeah, this means that Azrael will take so long to flip any of these properties. So these will generate so much more income for wealthy tuna. And then you only have these guys to flip. So these are probably going to be the properties that Azrael is going to have to go to flip. But the medium tank and the anti-air, they kind of went this way instead of this way. So a bit out position there. He's going to try to fight this off, take these guys out. But yeah, no capping possibilities. He has to make an infantry, tank double infantry. And he resigns. Dang. Okay. GG. Do we get stats? We don't. Let's look at some stats. Oof. Hey, Lonely Fisherman. Yeah, that was that is a lot of income. He got all of the contested properties plus the port. I think if we had the cap limit, then he would have literally won, like by a game mechanic. But we don't have cap limit in this tournament. That is pretty crazy. 22-12. That is wild. He could only make tank double infantry. Then he could make double tank next turn. This medium tank would have been the only tech up he could have done for a long, long time. Well done there by Woti Tuna. After an awful start, honestly, he was able to have a great double time and then an amazing victory march. So great comeback. Great comeback. That was really impressive. Dang. Okay, so we're going 1-1. Let's go. Let's get some stats. Total funds. Wealthy Tuna was becoming wealthier and wealthier as the turns went by. We didn't get to see the effects of the victory march, I think. Except here. Guess that one turn. Let's look at the caps. Yeah, victory march got... I guess it was just 4 caps. It wasn't that much. But on this map, it is pretty significant. Let's look at unit count. Okay, with Tuna always a little bit more ahead. Army value, a little more ahead over here. Everything changed after that double time, honestly. I think it might have caught Azrael off guard. Then damage dealt, there you have the double time as well. Definitely more damage dealt by Azrael, feels like leading up to that. But this really compensated for it. And then he had a pretty strong max blast. But there were 2 pretty good turns here, like this one and the victory march from Wealthy Tuna to kind of compensate. And with that extra income, it was just going to be pretty downhill from there. I want to see, were the funds affected there by Wealthy Tuna because of the recon mirror thing and getting so much damage on that left side? It's hard to see here. But imagine if Multituna didn't open Recon, went for the safer caps against the Day 3 Recon from Azrael. I think it would have been really, really a devastating win. That was really good. Yeah, when you saw the Day 3 Recon, you thought you already won. Yeah, it was a disaster opening. I thought he would have lost on this match. I was saying, like, it's going to be a quick one because that was pretty bad. Okay, so his Recon did put you some damage. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think that mech getting value was pretty strong. It got 2 tank shots, and that's pretty significant. Granted, it was hit by the Recon, but still, it got some damage in. Okay, so let's take a look at the third set. The last match. Ooh. Got a spicy map. Oh, you guys changed the colors. Azrael was being Orange Star. What did it was being Gold Ice. There you go. All right, so we have game 3 here, the decider match between Azrael and Wealthy Tuna. As before, Azrael in the Orange Star. I changed the color. They changed. I don't know. I'm trying to keep the colors. Trying to keep it consistent. Easier for the viewer and for me as well. But yeah, Orange Star here for Azrael, and then the Penguins down here for Wealthy Tuna. Azrael not going for the interrupt line, sort of, and Wealthy Tuna might be doing that. So Azrael has to prep that. He's not going to go for that cap. He's going to send that second infantry towards that base to kind of support this. Okay. I think this is good. Putting the guy in the mountain is probably the play instead of going straight for the base, because then this guy can get like somewhere over here or here. It can be over here in this road. And then when you cap, then you hit it from the mountain, and you don't want to allow that. If you're here, then this guy can't go there, or else this is going to just go in first strike, and then this guy will go and cap. So I think this is the counter to the base delay line. And we're going to see a recon here from Wealthy Tuna. Andy Mirror. Okay. I think Andy's probably going to be the favorite pick here, but Rachel should be pretty strong as well. I'm wondering if Drake also, Drake with the tools to take out Andy's units. Interesting tier. I know Astaroth, you've told me that Lash could be available here because her interrupt isn't as strong. There's like a line that you can defend from. I haven't taken the time to look into it, honestly. But it would be really interesting to have Lash, honestly. I don't know if it would be too strong, but that could be kind of cool. Anyways, over here, skipping the com tower cap to get this, forcing the tank over here so that the recon doesn't interrupt this. Okay. And a mech here from Wealthy Tuna. This mech is going to delay his tank build, I think. He would have had 8k, so perhaps not. Okay. Okay, recon and mech. Is he going to go and shoot at any of these? He could shoot from the city to have more defense, or he could just go and sit on that city and deny him from attempting that capture right there. Or that, I guess. Yeah, he could just block and then block over here. I guess that works. It doesn't. I guess it threatens this cap over here, and I think this is the same opening that Wealthy Tuna did against Flopa from Noof Plane. He made this recon down here, and it went and hit this capping guy. So it's gonna. Well, I guess that's gonna make a tank on this base now. So we'll see what he does. Okay, he doesn't go for any cap. He goes for a first strike over there. He's gonna bring the other one. He also has the tank. He's gonna go for that over there. So not really gonna go for any. Well, he's not gonna go for this because of the freaking recon. But this recon can still kind of go back here and threaten some of these caps. This recon is gonna be pretty annoying. It is gonna force this tank or this one to chase it down. Here come the mech chains as well. We're seeing the lab cap attempt. So it is gonna make it so this guy can't comfortably go and cap I mean, I would assume that Azrael wants to go and cap like this and like this, but this is gonna stop him from doing that. He goes for the shot there, so he gets the damage that he can instead of running around. I wonder if there was a spot. The recon was here? Oh, here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess there was a way he could have escaped, but he decided to go and really neutralize this infantry. Like 2 HP, that guy is not doing anything. And he's gonna use a 7 HP guy to get the slight interrupt. Just enough to stop the lab cap. Yeah, I don't think that lab cap is gonna go through. Here come the mechs. The mech march, and Recon is wow, didn't use it to stop our capture here. He decided to just finish off the unit. Very much Andy gaming right there. Prioritizing the kills. The double mech is Wealthy Tuna actually Tesla? Just kidding. It's probably a good approach. Just double mech, you can deter a tank from shooting one of yours because the other one can respond. But down goes that recon, and he keeps on capping there. So it's gonna force the tank to shoot there, leave it at 1, or take it out. Okay. So he's gonna get first struck there, but I don't think that's a good trade for Wealthy Tuna, I'd say. Because there's 3 tanks, more coming, and you only have 1 and another one. This one can't really position it in a place where it doesn't get first struck, so it's pretty awkward. And you're gonna start to see, this is the moment as this base becomes online and starts sending some infantry forward, the pressure on this base. Just the unit count the overwhelming unit count is just too much. So, will we see an RD? Okay, it doesn't go for the hit there. I think that's good. Got the mechs covering these capping guys. More mechs. Man, this guy loves his mechs. He's going to stop that. And he's going to go for a shot on that mech. Okay. I guess you can get like a mech shot and then the tank hits as well. But you can't combine the shots, I think. You can't do like tank mech onto this one. So you might be able to pull back his injured ones and heal them back up. Just Andy things. Maybe later on. He's going to do that, so then this one can get a better shot over there. Okay. Ooh, this one's kind of risky there. More mechs. Man, this guy loves his mechs. And this is game 3, remember, so whoever wins this makes it to the main event. Yeah, both of those are going to go down. So tank and mech down for, or actually tank and 2 mechs down for maybe 1 tank worth of damage. So a better trade there for Azrael. Kind of a 2-for-1. Unit count wise, way better because Azrael didn't lose a single unit there. Well, what's he doing at? Lost 3. We have Azrael's own little mech chain over here. A cap here as well. Got the little first strike there, but also blocking the tank in. So with the land and the infantry, he would have to like use the tank and the infantry to take this out to free up the tank. So that's a pretty sad tank right there. And the medium tank. He's like, I'm wasting no time. I'm even base keeping so I can make a medium tank and shut down any kind of pressure. There's not even tanks here. There's no blue tanks. And there's a medium tank. Maybe a bit of an overbuy, but I think he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna not deal with. I'm waiting over here. I'm just gonna plop my medium tank on the city, call it a day, and focus everything I have over here. So capping wise, Azrael is gonna be a bit ahead. He's gonna have this city. Well, what he's doing is not gonna have this one. Azrael should get this one, so he will catch up there. So there's only going to be 1 city difference right there. And ooh, well, what's he doing? Making his own medium tank here. Kind of scared from this pressure. But there isn't that much. I guess, I mean, yeah, this one will come and take this out. You have like 2 tanks. But you have 2 tanks over here. So medium tank, it's going to gobble up one of the mechs. Wow, it doesn't take it out. Dang, okay. Kill a tank. Yeah, okay. And all of these 3 tanks are prime and the super value. These are going to be at 9. This one will be at 10 after 1 turn of repairs. So he can just pull back and wait for that super to heal these. That's going to be so much. He's going to have 3 tanks. Like, he's going to recover. It's like that super is going to give him 3 tanks. That is pretty crazy. I guess you could say 1.5 tanks, but whatever. Okay. He cannot interrupt this. So what he's doing is going to be down. You know this is going to get interrupted. And Azrael is going to be ahead 3k, it looks like. After all of these backcaps get captured. He makes yet another medium tank over here. So he's really, really doubling down, I think, too much on this area because he has no response to this medium tank. He didn't even make his own medium tank to respond. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Even base skipping. So he's like hard committing over here to try to win, but he's already losing this property. Now we have a Neo tank because of the double medium tanks. So this is really playing into Azrael's hands, I think. No response over here, and just focus everything over here. So that gets stopped and capped. These tanks coming in, they're like, we're just here, we're just supporting, and whenever the super is used, we're ready. They're just staying there, you know, in the back lines or behind the front lines, just to be safe. Yeah, coming to the middle, trying to regain the middle, I guess. Gonna stop that capture. Again, no answer. Just Wealthy Tuna has not made a tank over here. The only vehicle he's made was that first recon. Every tank has come out of this base. And ooh, Azrael is gonna go for the sacrifice to get sacrifice. He's gonna get the charge. He's gonna heal them up, and then he can finish this capture. So that will put him ahead quite a bit. He's gonna get those. Trying to squeeze that. He needs 700 more, 200 more, and he's gonna get it right there. There you go. That is gonna allows the extra movement and bonk that guy. And he's probably gonna kill it with his mech. Dang. Yeah, I think that is it. And wow, and just like that, Wealthy Tuna taps out. Dang. Yeah, that was a really great super. Wow. No chances for Wealthy Tuna to come back. Oof. Yes, the medium tank could heal back up and get a hit on that Neo tank. How would that look like? How would that look like? And would that be enough? At 10 from the forest. Yeah, you leave it at 6. You get like a 6-6 trade or a 6-5 even. So the new tank already got the value. Then you can just pull back, wait for another super or whatever. Dang, okay. He would have 20k. So he can't make a Neo tank. We have to make another medium tank. Wow. Really well played there by Azrael. I think Wealthy Tuna just got too greedy in or just over-invested on the one base, I think. And that's the tricky part about these kind of maps. A slight over-investment means that you get punished somewhere else. So Wealthy Tuna is officially, let me update the score, is officially out of the tournament. So he's not making it into the main event. He will still get the currently $35.63. Might be more. And it also means that officially Azrael makes it to the main event. So Azrael/Astaroth will have a hidden identity in the main event. Congrats to Azrael. Dang, that is really cool. Let's look at the stats. Oh, am I super quiet? Okay. I did change some settings on the mic so that it has like a better quality of audio. Okay, it's not quite. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you might have to bump the fader a little bit. But let's look at the stats. So total funds, it was pretty even, but it started to separate a little bit here, right? As Azrael started having like one property or two properties ahead. Income, unit count. I think this has to be the turn where he took out the double mech and tank. He got that army value. This was a pretty quick match. The damage dealt, that was just too much. Dang, the Neo tank and mech to take out the medium tank was pretty clutch. Not gonna lie. Yeah, we indeed have a new face on the APC2 main event. That's pretty hype. So, the next set. Ooh, this is gonna be a spicy one. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, I need to show you guys the the picks. Let me see. So our next set is gonna be, before I show you any spoilers, let me do this. Okay, so here we can see the picks of DeadFS and Hampleman. We have Misery picked by DeadFS. He doesn't like Safecracker and Troll in Paradise. And then Hampleman picked Razor's Edge. Dang, okay, so we're gonna see Razor's Edge. And he doesn't like Lucifer and Swiss Banking. And then Catatonia, as we've seen, left us game 3 by so many. Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay. Let's get into the game. 1 second. Oh man, it feels kind of bad not having the music. I don't know how to fix that, honestly. I'm gonna have to figure that out if I can fix it for the main event. Or just do what you guys said, just have like some soundtrack sounding and call it a day, unfortunately. Okay. You're playing music on your own tab. That's cool. Hey, that's another idea. I remember at first I like didn't have any music because I would sometimes watch a YouTube video, like a cast whatever of Advance Wars, and have my own music playing. But then I was like, we can have the Add-Ons. I think I like a lot the sound effects. I do like having like the movement of the units. I think that's pretty cool. Or like when you use a super, it does a, all that kind of stuff is kind of adds to the experience. But anyways, then we've been 2 hours already, or hour and a half. Okay. Let's change these guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know, Hidalgo. Thanks. Freaking music. Why? Hey, Cherm. Okay. Let's get started with this one. So we have DeadFS against Hampleman. I would be terrified to be Hampleman here because DeadFS is a beast. I cannot stress enough how strong this guy is, and he is currently playing so well. Like, it is insane. Very few people are able to beat this guy. I think he has 2-0'd his way here. So this is the last round. DFS and Hampleman, whoever wins here goes into the main event. So this is game one. Map chosen by DFS, Misery. And we have DFS with Orange Star. We're here with Sammy. And same pick, Sammy, for Hampleman in Black Hole in these three areas. DFS going first for that chain there for that airport. It's going to be very important. It definitely has become pretty meta here. You really don't want to delay it any further. I wonder if it messes up with your funding curve a little bit. I've heard people say that there's like a ABAB tank order, but I don't think it matters too much here because it is so chaotic. Hey, Chris Miller says, hey, Umita, I'm typically a lurker, but I wanted to say how much I appreciate you hosting the tournament and casting these games. It really brings joy to my day. Thanks, man. It really brings joy to me when people leave comments like that. I know there's always a lot of lurkers out there that don't, you're just lurking. So it's honestly really cool to see you guys showing up every now and then to comment. And yeah, you don't have to comment, but it's very nice when you do. And I still appreciate all the lurkers out there that want to remain anonymous, We have, let's see. According to this, there's 54 viewers. So there must be like 10, 15 people chatting. So there's another like 40 that are lurking. So I see you. I appreciate you. Let's get back to the game. So we have a tank here from DFS and an Artie. And Hampleman just made a mech over here from this space. Okay. So he's saving up quite a bit of funds with that 17k. This tank can't get a hit here. I would assume he's going to make a mech here. This is pretty classic we've seen where this tank can get a shot onto this guy. Here comes the mech. There goes the mech. And we have an Artie. So Hampleman, as well as DFS, but I would say Hampleman a little bit more greedy because he didn't make any tank. He's just like, I'm straight up going Artie. Gonna go for the base kill. Hey, Dragon Scale. Man, I will never forget the game I had against you, Dragon Scale. Game frozen. Oh no. Oh man. I'm gonna have to go back then. Yeah, I see it now. Man, I'm telling you, today has been problem after problem. What is going on? Let me go back to where it's frozen, or is it day 4? Actually, let me send you guys here for a second. Oh my god. Today, you know what? I knew this was going to happen. This morning, I had 2 instances where like stuff just doesn't go as it should. Just like, I don't know, I was like, when you have like butterfingers and you just drop stuff and I make a mess, and it's like, what am I doing? I dropped a bunch of water everywhere. I made a mess. And it's like, oh no, it happened 2 times. And it's like once it's like, okay, this never happened to me before. It happened. It's pretty bad, but it's okay. I'll clean up the mess. It happened again, like 10, 15 minutes later. I was like, oh no, please don't tell me it's one of those days that you get out of bed with, what is it? What's the saying? The saying that get out of bed with the left foot or something. kind of a cursed day. I don't know what happened, but I'm seeing it now with all these problems of OBS and all this nonsense. Today is definitely a cursed day. I don't know why. What did I do to deserve this? But yeah, we're pulling through. Two or three OBS crashes. The music, this game freezing all the time. Just nonsense. Get out of the wrong side of the bed. Okay, so in Spanish is different. Okay. Anyways, let's get back into the game. So we're at day 4. I think you guys froze here, and I was talking about RDs and stuff. So here we see the tank from DFS. Pretty classic we've seen to make the tank over here being sent over to this area, and Hampelman does not make any vehicles. He's gonna save up a bunch of funds. Tank is gonna be pointing at that city, but Hampelman can make a mech. So he's gonna get a free shot over here and probably like a kill. So tank infantry. So he's really letting this go. Hampelman could have put this infantry over here and be in range of both cities, and then he could go for that cap if he wanted to. But he didn't. So he's gonna have to go for that. So he's gonna have to make a mech over here. So this will protect these guys. And I guess the tank has to shoot from either here or here. Or else this mech is a nice juicy shot. And we see that Artie. So we see Artie from both on these corners. They're gonna go for the base pressure. There goes that kill over there. But they're both gonna get all their cities in the middle. We got a mech here, so it's gonna deter the Artie. You can probably put it in the city, right? And kind of deter. No, I guess you can't because the Artie will be literally on that plains. Maybe you still can, like let the Artie shoot at you, and then you just shoot at the Artie, leave it at like 6 HP or something, and then it's no longer scary. I think that could be, but the Artie doesn't go that way. It's gonna go this way. It's not even in range to be locking down that base. It's just gonna be supporting this. So he's gonna deter this guy from shooting. He would still get the cap, but well, he's also gonna shoot at this infantry. There is tank coverage, but I guess he prioritizes stopping this capture from going through. Kind of similar to what Azrael did on the... No way, it's frozen again? Oh. What the... Okay, let me try one more time. Let me restart Google Chrome, perhaps. Wow. Yeah, today is truly cursed. Let me do this. Oof. I mean, I probably had to restart the computer or something, but let's see. Hopefully the game doesn't freeze again. Dang, if it does, I'm gonna have to restart and just do another stream. Just, yeah, that'll probably have to be it. So, one last chance. One last chance to OBS. Hopefully this works out. So we're back at turn 6. Man, this is gonna be so painful to edit when I put this up. So, getting these captures. Hampelman is gonna get these captures. Okay. Trying to keep an eye out, see if the game freezes again or not. There goes that Ari to protect over there. the tank hitting that infantry to stop these captures, or this capture. I don't know why I said that plural. But yeah, similar thing to what Azrael did of trading the tank just to ensure that this player doesn't get the capture. Ooh, bit of a, okay, injures the mech a little bit so the tank can get some damage. Kill there by DFS. So already 2 infantry down for Hampelman. So this tank from DFS putting in some work. Getting the upper hand in the battle over here towards this left area. And we got the RD. Double RD here from Hampelman. This is going to be a big threat over here. No tanks. Oh, this one, but it got shot at. So now the second RD will be going this way. He's keeping this one to protect this city capture against these 2 guys. He's going to have to make a mech probably. Yeah. Get some damage in there. And prepping those anti-airs against the incoming copters. And big battle in the middle. We'll see who wins here. It's just mechs, infantry against infantry and tank. He is going to start this capture. Yeah, he can't really block. Oh, yeah, that way. Okay, yeah, that works. I guess that's enough to stop the interrupts over here. Dang, a lot of initiative by DFS. Definitely. But in a sense, also Hampelman let him have that initiative, right? Like DFS opened the tank. This tank that has been putting so much pressure over here. And Hampelman didn't. He didn't make a tank here. Or here, or like anywhere. He didn't even offer like an in response somewhere else. He literally opened with RD and then a tank over here that only got this. So you have to give the tempo. Ooh, wow. That was enough to stop that, I guess. But the tempo is definitely in DFS's favor. He gets that stop, that interrupt. He stops this. And he's going to have more foot soldiers than DFS actually. Using those mechs to take out infantry. And now we have the looming threat of 2 RDs coming in over here to lock down that base. You got the little defensive RD from DFS, which I don't think I've seen anyone do this before. So it's going to make it so these RDs cannot go over here and lock down the base. Make it really tricky for that base lock pressure to happen. But now, yes, DFS after another infantry is going to be able to get this. He got this city, the toxic one. Also, Hampelman got it. But going after those mechs, it looks like, so that perhaps this tank, perhaps these tanks that they want to go into this area, even the RD, they can all be more chill. And he's also locking down the base now. No mech from Hampelman. Perhaps that third RD is too much. He really, I mean, a mech here would have been really optimal to stop this RD lock. He even moves off the RD from the city. What is that though? I guess so he doesn't go for like the copter anti little trade that Azrael had done on the other set. But he's gonna take out that mech, bring that RD. He's even gonna take out that tank. Okay, we have the RD stare off right there. It's the RD party, guys. Look at this. There's 4 RDs over here. So even then, still winning the foot soldier battle over here for by Hampelman. And has to make the panic by medium tank there because of the RD and the copters. Keeping that anti-air safe. So I think Hampelman is not in a bad situation, actually. They're even on income. We'll see once they start maybe fighting for these middle cities. And once they start going for the space pressure. Oh, there you go. That's going to be a flip. Because I guess Hampelman just sent everything he had over here for this pressure. Getting a little hit there. Takes out the copter. But you have another one coming. We're still far away from a victor march, which would enable this anti to go down by mechs. That's not going to happen. He's going to kind of bully the RD with some infantry and makes that medium tank. These 2 injured RDs, they're not going to do as much damage as you would want. So it might be enough of a defense there for DFS. Gets a little shot there. Okay. We do have double copter here from DFS, so this is not going to be a winning battle if Hampelman wants to get. So this is why DFS can get away with this. He can go and shoot at that mech because this single copter is not deterring the chain of copters. Second already by DFS, that is really going to be a big threat onto that base. Gonna get those 2 shots, boom, boom. He's at 5, even going for the mech shot with a double time, okay. So he's gonna get that kill there as well. Finish that off. Ooh. Dang, over there? Oh, it couldn't move anymore. Dang, he really would have wanted to put it over there. But that is gonna be definitely shot by that arty, right? I don't see why you would put that arty there, honestly. You could even like use the arty to take this out. Enter takes out the mech. There's no more copters, right? So, and now this copter's gonna go down without a response. Dang, okay. And DFS has the victory march almost there. He doesn't have infantry in range of that base of a victory march, so he might not use it. And there you go. Boom. Takes out that. Wow, he does use a victory march? Wow. I guess he's going to take some of these properties. And these. So just going to get some income. He's going to get that. He's going to get that and that. Okay, so 3 properties. Oh, that one too. Okay. Dang, okay. 4. 5. 6. And that's going to be it. He could get the lab too, but we're at 28k income versus 16k. Gonna get a few some nice infantry hits right there, and another medium tank. And now all 3 of the arties are neutralized. Yeah, this arty here was not a good idea. Without these arties, the triple arty is very strong, but if they're like this, all together they make up for 10 HP if you sum them up. So this is no longer a threat for DFS. He should be pretty comfortable. Perhaps with unit count, he can block this medium tank in and wait for more copters, more arties to deal with this. But you have a copter here, you have this tank. Like all of his stuff will come in to assist, and he should be able to free this up pretty comfortably, I think. Okay. Poor arty there. There you go. In come the copter and double tank. That base is just getting rocked by these arties. And wow, Hampelman decides to just GG, to tap out. Okay. KD 16 to 13, almost double in value there for DFS. Was there a way for Hampelman to get back some properties? This was going to get flipped most likely. Yeah, definitely. He could go for this, but you do have the double arty. You would need a mech, but these, again, the double arty will always take it out. You have too many vehicles from DFS in this area that it will make all this kind of very weak army from Hampelman just kind of die. So very hard for Hampelman to flip anything. Even over here, DFS going for that infantry kill, it looks like. So because he needs infantry to flip these back, right? But these guys are going to go and take them out. So you would need, I don't know, perhaps a tank first and then some infantry. But this income difference is going to be pretty nasty. 16k against 28 is not pretty. So, quick win there with a bunch of technical issues. Dang. These technical issues are costing me so much time too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover all the sets that I want. Imagine living in the toxic city. There's always tanks on it, you know, always getting flipped around. Okay, let's take a look at the next game. What were the colors? Okay. We have plenty of time today. Let's see. Okay, we have people's favorite map, I would say, but the players' not favorite map. This is game 2 between Hampelman and DFS. Hampelman down here with the black hole again, trying to keep them consistent with the colors, and DFS up here with the orange star. They're both doing adder. I think this map will just see adder mirrors. Maybe you could do some Grim, some Sanja, but I think the side step might be too good to pass on. And we have contested bases and missile freaking silos. So DFS not going for the quicker route to pressure the base. He's just going for quicker income. Looks like they're both doing that. Okay. Okay, also here, I think this is still en route for the base, so he'd still be 2 turns away. But he's not gonna be able to like do the I'm capping the city, but I could go for the base. So DFS can play more chill, right? He has this guy over here, he's finished over here. And we have a tank from DFS in the top right. I think they're definitely playing more chill. They're not rushing. They're going to try to set up and attack like a more formed up army to go for that base. I mean, either of them. So no need to rush the silo either, right? You got this guy that's chaining with the airport that will later go for that missile silo. We have this tank over here. It is threatening quite a lot. So I wonder if Hampelman will make a mech. Could make a mech and a tank, honestly. Could plop this guy over here, make a mech. Okay, no, actually, I guess that works. Maybe mech here too. But now this guy's now in range. You got this guy in range. That if he's gonna move in, I guess he's gonna go and start the capture. Okay, he's gonna block. He is from the forest. So, alarm bells ringing now. Contested base getting capped. He's also starting this capture. But Hampelman can easily attack from the forest, attack over here, bring some more. He is forced to interrupt the capture and hit from the river. Okay, and he's not going to shoot at the tank, actually. He's going to shoot at the infantry, which is pretty... I think that's pretty smart, because you could go for the value hit, but if you look at the infantry, there's only these two, right? So if DFS, keeps attacking the tank over here, then you join cap, or maybe you block with a tank and you join cap, you block with this one. There could be some blocking shenanigans that make it so Hampelman would only have one tile to hit from and wouldn't be able to stop the capture. So he actually goes to hit that guy, so this will be better. I guess it'd still be at 9 instead of 10 HP if you join caps, but still 1 less unit. Ooh, actually gets the roll there to take out that infantry. That should be very nice for him. But this tank is in range to stop this capture, which is, not very good. So he does join cap there. Gets that hit. But here he can still hit from the show, and then with this guy he can hit again. He's going to make an arty. So this will lock down the space pretty much. It's funny because this base really shouldn't go for this base. But in a sense, him doing this is stopping Hampelman from going for that base. He's kind of trading the infantry so that he can't go for that base. And then he will also deny this base from getting capped just with the arty lock. So there we go. Pretty much 2 infantry down for DFS and 1 down for Hampelman. Also the city denial. And then sort of 2 tanks down for Hampelman. So a bit of a better trade of the tanks. I think just because he went for the infantry. So trading like a tank for an infantry, I guess. And this will slowly make it so DFS guarantees this base cap, because you can plop this guy on there and protect the base cap. So that's pretty deadly. So now he goes back, he gets that. Actually, the tank didn't go for the interrupt there on the other turn. And now we have another already, a response already to try to lock this down as well. Dang. Are they just going to keep these two bases neutral for all the game? Because they've capped all the other properties. Usually this one can be pretty contested, but they've both gotten it. And that is going to use the silo just to like get some damage in, it seems like. Okay. He's going to go and strike this guy. Okay, wow. Just going all out over here. Side slip perhaps? Okay, so he's going to hit this guy on the base. Wow. Okay. What is going on? I guess he's just trying to hit everything so that this infantry has to go and hit over here, so stopping this capture again. But wow. Okay. that is definitely a turn. Doesn't go for the capture over here. He wants to make sure that this guy doesn't capture this city, or that he doesn't have to use a tank to stop that capture, pretty much. So a lot of red tanks are going to go down, I think, here. There you go. He has to stop that. Didn't go for the forest. Huh. Not sure why you wouldn't. I guess it forces the tank to hit either from the base, stopping the capture, or hitting from the city. And if it does, then you can use your tanks to take out the tank. Problem is, you're not going to have units to hit this guy next turn. So I think DFS should be pretty happy to go and take this infantry out. Wow. We'll see if Sideslip can make it so he can hit with like this tank and this tank. We'll see. But over here we have the capping attempt. He gets the barely interrupt over there. I think he sacrificed the low HP infantry. And he's going to try to hit over there. Just injure as many as he can. And then he's going to need one more turn. But he does have that silo. So that might be saved for that. He's going to attack there. Keep capping. And okay. Oh, doesn't go for that guy. He goes for all the tanks that could actually go and hit that guy. My God, will this guarantee it? He needs to, with this tank, the 2 HP, the 1 HP, and the 5 HP infantry, will they do enough damage with the power, perhaps, to drop this down to 2? Oof. I think you would need a super, because this guy, unless you take it out with these two, yeah, I think you have to use these two to take this out, enable this tank to go this way and use the power. Man, this map is just crazy. And there he goes. Okay, he uses the super, so he's not gonna take out this tank, it seems like. Oh. I don't think that's gonna be... Okay, never mind. He left it at 2. That base cap is gonna be delayed one more turn. Perhaps just enough. He's trying to perhaps make the most of his tanks over here to attack these guys. He's gonna trap this guy. And uses the silo over here, drops it down to 6. Okay. And oh wow, he cannot stop it. Right? That hits? Oh no, never mind, he can. He takes that out and then he hits it. Has to be destroyed, and it is. And now he can lock down that. Dang, okay. This is such an even match. DFS is only now going to be getting this city, but they're even because Hanselman has not been able to get this one. Wow, and they're running out of infantry really quickly. There's so much infantry fighting for these bases. We had so many over here, but now they're all gone. And we have another one now from DFS that will be lurking. That it will be pointing at that base to go there. Of the anti-response to this copter, I think making copters would be very nice. Okay, the sacrifice there, because then you can make an infantry. So cop to tank infantry, cop to double infantry, just classic base light things. Man, okay, so DFS now gonna leave this be. This guy could still go for a side slip cap there, so something to keep in mind by Hampelman, but centralizing everything and trying to pounce over here in this area to dislodge the arty. So I think he has to pull back. There's too many tank copter stuff just pointing over here. Perhaps the assistance of these copters will help him. We can probably pull back, maybe not lock down the base and just have it like one tile back. Yeah. And then just make sure to destroy anything on this tile. That defense will still go for that base cap, and he's gonna, ooh, the only unit that can't be taken out by the arty is the copter. And I think this will be it. I think this is how DFS gets that base. Hampelman would need a side step to hit from here. And I don't know if he can get it. He might have to sacrifice too much for it. I think he, wow, he just makes the missile and resigns. Wow. I think that was an early resign. Dang, I think that was an early resign. Oh, man. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I think perhaps the arty could have been on the city instead of here, so then it could be locking down these two tiles instead of just one, because that was really smart by DFS, using the copter as the blocker there. To get a sidestep here just to stop that would be too sacrificial. Like, you have to lose too much in value. Like, sacrificing a tank, it probably wasn't even possible, honestly. But he perhaps could have set up to go for the space. You also have quite a few threats over here, so very tricky for Hampelman. And it was perhaps too much for him, and he just was like, this is it. Dang, okay, so quick match there. So Hampelman is officially out, and DFS is going to be our second confirmed player of the main event. I guess third one if you count Starflash. Dang, okay. GG. See the stats? It's pretty even. Unit count ahead for Hampelman. And then went up there for DFS. Army value, DFS higher up. Those tank attacks, literally this attack over here was somehow better for DFS. He was getting the tank first strikes, just forcing really awkward stuff from Hampelman. So I was giving him the better end of the stick there. Damage still, look at that. And he was fighting right into the, he literally shot at a tank that was on the base. I guess he used the silo to injure it, and then he shot at it, but that was pretty funny. Who's the highest ranked player in the tourney? If you mean like live league elo, the one that had the max, like at any time max elo was Surth, but he's out. He was taken out in round 2. Okay. Fortunately, it didn't freeze. So what's our next set? Okay, I think I'll do one more set. There's 2 more that we can do, but I think I'm gonna do one more. Okay, gotta change these things. We have and And we should probably look at the picks, right? Let's do that. Okay. So, Villefort and Chloe Box. Those that remember, Chloe Box was on APC1 and she was taken out in the qualifiers, so she didn't make it. She didn't make it to the main event. Will this be her redemption time where she can make it to the main event? Or will Villefort, the more of newer player, I think we had him in Chimps and Champs, I can't remember right now, but he is pretty high up in the Live League ladder, and he's been definitely a worthwhile watching player in this tournament. He's had some interesting CO picks and has had some really great success. He took out Thomas Maximus, that took out Poland. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. He also took out Izanagi, so a very strong player right here. And we have game 1 picked by Villefort on Safecracker. He doesn't like Lucifer or Swiss Banking, so the 2 more traditional maps he doesn't like. He likes craziness. Maybe not as much craziness as Razor's Edge, but still. Chloe Box also likes craziness. She picked Misery. Doesn't like Catatonia or Razor's Edge, and they're gonna be left with a game 3 on Trouble in Paradise. So we have our first game. Okay, so let's get into it. We have Villefort with Andy. He's had success here with Andy against Thomas Maximus. Literally the same matchup. It was Andy and Max. He actually beat him with Andy. He's down here in the Amber Blossom. I'll never get over the fact that we lost Amber Blaze. Against Chloe Box over here in the top with the Azar Asteroid with Max. So this map, for those that don't know, it's Safecracker. It is contested bases. You have this contested base right here, but you do have a rocket that locks it down. So this base area player really doesn't have to worry too much about it until later, because the rocket can be taken out. But if you're Max, you're not locking down that base. So you could put some pressure from the space to, go for the cap. A bit of a discrepancy here on the capturing, where Chloe Box is going to get the com tower flip a little bit earlier. Looks like Villefort sent this infantry forward. Or I guess maybe he... I'm not sure. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's going to be 1 turn ahead. We have a tank here from the strong side by Villefort. A response tank here from Chloe Box. So all the pressure is going to be on this side, right? Because the rocket can't lock there, it is all going to be here. The main focus is going to be over here, because it's not like Villefort can go for that base. Chloe Box can easily interrupt it, right? The rocket locks down the base, but not the tiles adjacent. So it's all going to be over here. Now going for that com tower, gonna get that copter, putting the tank in the minimum range of the rocket and outside of range of that tank. At the same time, denying this infantry from getting that capture. Okay. But getting this block here, so this infantry cannot interrupt this capture. And these, we've seen, they can be pretty contested. It's like the timing here of the caps. Chloe Box prioritizing more like the com tower and these caps instead of this one, and Villefort prioritizing more this one rather than these. So he's going to be a little bit later. He's going to be quite a bit later to the city, so Chloe Box should be able to interrupt it and keep Villefort out of that income. Okay, doesn't even go for the capture there. Wow. What? Why no capture? Wow, that's pretty surprising. I think it would have gone for the capture and put the tank on the city. Oh, because it was back here. So Yeah, perhaps that little damage of income of denying that city wasn't really worth it, because then he couldn't pull back and go for that city. Dang. Okay. So a bit of a really greedy aggro approach start by Villefort, but not paying off as much as he would have wanted. We're going to see the interrupt over here as well. So this is going to be a bit of a fight. These tanks now centralizing, they ensure these captures. This capture will go through. We got the rocket there. Copter doesn't reach. So now all this will probably collapse over here in this area. So Chloe's going to be trying to keep these two cities not capped and keep it like this. Keep it at 14 and 11k income. That's going to be pretty bad for Villefort. Well, he's going to get these, right? And going for that one, because the rocket can protect it, there's no copters. So Chloe Box is going to have to send 2 infantry. Gets the roll to finish off that infantry, which is pretty significant. Although, if it would have left that 1, it was fine. And down goes 1 infantry. So a bit of a trade there. And now he's going to attempt to go for that. And, ooh, okay, wait. So Chloe Box going back with the tanks to try to go for the base cap. So you have 2 infantry in range to join cap. You got the tank on high defense, anti-air on forest. You have pretty much all of it. You have everything here. And Villefort is gonna go for the. Okay, he's gonna go for the tank hit there, and the other tank hit with a 7-4 because it's max. Tries to go for the lock roll, but doesn't get it. Maybe could have gone for it first to then. I don't know. But this is gonna be very problematic. Keeps the infantry in the minimum range of the rocket. That's gonna be a dead copter and a dead tank. So they kind of traded a tank for a tank, but this guy can go back and heal, but also lost a copter in the process. Dang. And I think losing the copter is pretty bad, because I think it's pretty useful to shoot at that rocket. I know it's still a max rocket, but that's still quite a few tiles that it is denying you from stepping on. The infantry blocker is going to guarantee this capture, but Chloe is going to keep interrupting that one. So I'm going to maintain that income difference. Going to break through, take that out. Okay. But Max, man, he's going to come in and bonk that tank. Gets the first strike there. Okay. But I think this should be a kill by Chloe, right? With this guy. Keeps interrupting. Chloe is sending every single infantry that she has to deny this property. Maintain that 15 to 16. He uses the anti to finish that off. I guess that's fine because there's no more copters. And keeps pouncing on. Dang, okay. Just make sure to really delete the units from Andy. Just allow no chances whatsoever of healing stuff back up. Wow. It is not looking good for the Andy player right now. Oof. And that city is effectively denied. Now the copter comes out, it's going to be a max force away from destroying that rocket. Chloe Box with 1 single infantry is going to attempt the base cap, but there's no infantry in range from Villefort. He'd have to use a super, right, to reach there. He doesn't. Okay, he's going to use a tank to stop that. Take out that anti-air. Doesn't make a copter, though. He's going to make double tank. And just staying put over here. Oof. Going to block there so the copter can't go and hit that rocket. And Max just going to go all in and Max blast his way through victory. Because this guy can reach all the way over here. He's going to destroy all these anti-tanks. Ooh, leaves it at 2 and gets the kill there. Gonna take out that infantry and that one, and maybe okay, it doesn't even go for a first strike there because it would just heal up, so whatever. But you have there's 6 tanks and another one against 2 tanks. There's nothing else here for Villefort. Dang. What can you heal if everything is dead? He's gonna go for a 6-4 trade there, heal back up. Okay, gets the kill there. Dang, yeah, not good. The rocket again going for the flip attempt there, but Chloebox gets the base, and Chloebox is gonna be so happy right now, and she can still keep attack. Oh no, she can't reach, but she's gonna go for those hits there, and now the space can just make more infantry, or I guess not, just vehicles, and this space will be a conga line of infantry putting pressure on this city, and makes her own Neo tank now. Chloebox has been going to the area Fireheart school, perhaps getting the round chunky boy there. So sacrificing everything to get the kill there. Just make sure that Andy units die. Gotta get an arty here to lock down the base, but without enough unit count, that's not gonna be possible. Chloebox just trading units, just gonna keep taking out those units. 17 to 15 now, perhaps more to come. But the fort is gonna get this flip though, so that's gonna be pretty positive. Takes out the copter. Okay, yeah, can't go for the. I guess you could. You could still put the arty here and lock down the base and block off over here, because these tanks all went that way. But decided not to. I don't know why though. Okay. I think that could have been pretty worth it, but max force, here we go. Arty's gonna get taken out. Yeah, I think this is definitely just a very lost game. You have this flip going on. Here comes that conga line. It is gonna be a lot of infantry. That's gonna put a lot of pressure. It is 3 bases against 2. Just has to be like super careful over here because of max. And you have this Neo tank that you have like no answer to. The rocket has 1 shot left. It has been getting a lot of value, but it won't be getting it anymore. Perhaps a bit of a front switch over here towards the middle. You have to remember there's only 1 base over here for Villefort. So still exposing anything and everything by Chloebox, even in front of that rocket. So that rocket getting so much value, but now it is officially out of ammo. This has to be the first time that we've seen this happening. Wow, that is pretty funny. But this new tank is still going to be pretty scary. And you are 18 to 15k. This is 1 base against base airport, and you have all this unit count as well. So Chloebox is going to be happy to just take out every single infantry. And then this guy will be able to happily flip this because the record has no ammo, or go for the base. This is so GG. Yeah. Finally, the arty gets a shot there, but like, what can you do really? There's so much over here. Puts the medium tank on the base, makes another medium tank there, really trying to be very Andy-esque, and I have no idea what that is for. Trying to go for a luck roll perhaps, but gonna go for that base now. Will we see Max having 4 bases? But very comfortable position for Chloe for sure. Definitely in the driver's seat right now. Okay, goes for the hit there. I mean, somehow they are pretty even on unit value. I guess if you take out the rocket because it has no more ammo, it's like, I mean, there's, I guess, still pretty even. But this rocket has ammo left. Okay. Okay, yeah, that is going to be it now. With this copter chain coming in, copter infantry, and the Neo tank. I think you can still stop the capture, but it's not going to look pretty. You have to, okay, you have to take out the copter and then use a medium tank to hit this. He is going to do that, it seems like. Uses a hyper upgrade. I think he's going to go for the Neo tank. But if he does, then Chloebox will have all 4 bases. Yeah. He gets almost a kill there, but dang, okay. It is value hits against base count, pretty much. Ooh. Man, this game is extending way longer than I thought it would. And that medium tank is going to get taken out. It is going to get shot at by an arty, but it is on a city with a power, so it's not going to be too bad. And yeah, copters coming in. Probably make some medium tank or just tank. Okay, medium tank over here. What is this game? How has this game not ended yet? He's okay. You're gonna take out a copter there. I guess. I mean, with no tanks, these antares can just roam free and take out this copter and infantry composition. Box not being able to close out the match, it seems like. But I'm gonna go break through to take out that arty. Okay. That is gonna be the end of the road for this side of Villefort. And I don't see him doing too much over here. You have this flip now finally going through. I guess she prioritized the base cap first. Even getting a little annoying poke over here. Copter gonna go down. Gonna stop that. Okay. You gotta remember though, 15 to 19k income disparity, 12 to 18 units. Box is just making more every single turn. Oof. This getting trapped. Oh no. This infantry is gonna take forever to get here and it's not gonna be in time. These hunters don't reach. And you know Box is gonna go and shoot at this guy. She doesn't care. She's just gonna stop any potential of caps over here. We have the Neo tank buy here for Andy, and he's gonna be able to, with max force, break through and block it in with a 2 HP infantry. Wow. The second lowest value unit in the game, stopping this guy. Bye bye Neo tank. Bye bye Orange Cities. And bye bye more Orange Cities. There goes that. And wow, this game just keeps going. That's crazy. But all this is going to get flipped. We're at 20 to 14k income, 20 to 10 units. There's just going to be so many flips going on. The only thing that could save Villefort is perhaps a lap cap, but that is just not going to happen. And I think Box might close it out with a lap cap of herself. But that's not needed because Villefort resigns. GG. Look at that bloodbath. Wow. And I would love to look at the stats, but I think Box, because she used Azarasterite, I can't. It won't work. That's pretty sad. Wow. So one there for Chloe. Hey, Tommy. No music. No music. Today has been a cursed day of streaming. Having so many crashes, I had to take out that music. So 1-0 for Chloe. Oof, 64 viewers. Hey everyone. Hey Sword Signature. Doggy Dog. Let's go. Sam the Saint. Kra. I'm starting to see some new people coming in. So just wanted to say hi. Wait, was there a freeze? Maybe I scrolled up too much. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully it's not freezing anymore. But let's look at the next game. Probably the bloodiest game so far for today. I think in KD, yeah. I think the most stuff dead for sure. Let's see, second game, what's going to be on? Misery. Man, so many games on Misery. Oh. Oof, I'm so tired too. But I think I'm going to do this one. And if I take a break, I might cover one more set. And if not, I'll leave it for next time. Let's change the colors. Okay. So, I think that first game was on Villefort's home map, actually. So this is Box's home map, Misery. We have Villefort, again, trying to keep the colors consistent for the well-being of all of us. Villefort in the Amber Blossom in these 3 bases. I have Cloybox in the Azure Asteroid in these 3 bases. And we don't have a Sammy mirror. We have Villefort with Kindle and Cloybox with Sammy. I think Villefort has been the only one to pick Kindle here. Unless Izanagi picked Kindle as well. I'm not sure on the round 1. But this is going to be pretty interesting. I think Kindle can do some stuff. Definitely vehicle fights are going to be favored for her, especially standing on the cities. Her infantry on the cities are going to be as strong or more stronger than Sammy's. But also you have the base skill here potential, right? You can do Urban Blight, you hit from the city and destroy a tank or whatever is built on the base. So I think that's definitely something that isn't looked at enough. But the problem is that maybe the infantry fight might be a little bit more favorable for Sammy, right? She can kind of shrug off the Kindle extra urban damage because she can go into a KO very comfortably, while Kindle cannot do the same thing. So we'll see. We see a tank here from Villefort. It seems like that is what everyone has been doing lately. Just a tank here. Can have a mech over here from Chloe. And a tank over here. Ooh, okay. Doesn't go for any cap here. Decides to go and interrupt this. That can be a very dead tank. But perhaps it has too many jobs. So Villefort now has to decide whether to stop this. Like do like tank infantry. Also delaying the airport cap. Or hitting this. I feel like the best thing would be to ignore this. Go for the airport. And go and take out this infantry. We'll see if he does that. And he does. Okay. Yeah, because I think delaying this would be a bit of a problem. It is a pretty far away airport. So if you kind of throw away this infantry, it can be a bit of trouble. Also, Kindle should be pretty good with those copter trades, right? If you hit from a city, or like if Sammy hits anything with a copter onto a city, then Kindle can always go on that city and take out, guarantee kill that copter. So there's that little tool for Kindle. She's going to have those better copters for sure. And we've seen how often there is copter fights in this middle area. So that can be pretty impactful. A lot of mechs over here from Cloybox. The first mech from Villefort. We have an RD from Villefort over here. And then RD here from Chloe. And, ooh, wait, this is something I remember. Because I remember watching this match live. But something that I don't know why Chloe did this. Let me go back a second. So she does this, right? She does like tank over here. And infantry hit from this planes. But I feel like this infantry should have shot from this plane, because now Villefort can shoot from the city, right? So this is the first moment that we see Kindle's day-to-day shine a little bit because of a mistake. But yeah, boom, that's gonna be a 9-3. Very nice for Kindle. Sort of a trap here for the tank, so it can't shoot at any infantry without getting shot at by this mech. So looking good, looking good. A bit of an early initiative there by Sammy. They'll interrupt the KO there, but allowing that Kindle day-to-day to do its damage. We have more mechs. More Sammy mechs here. I guess you have 2 tanks and the RD. So trying to defend with the least possible. That is until copters come out, and this airport is pretty delayed. I think Villefort left this chain to go to be capped much later on with like the 3rd infantry or so. So I think that means that Cloybox should be able to build up unit count here, make mechs, just make a big ball of mechs before having to make anti-airs because this airport is so late. On the other hand, over here, like there's already a copter, so Villefort still made a mech, but next turn he has to make an anti-air. Doesn't go for any shots over here. Okay, here comes the copter. Do you okay, you go for a KO there. You probably put the RD. Oh, but you can't because this mech is gonna destroy you. Sending everything over here. Just trying to do a little bit of a pincer strike here, Chloe Box. Didn't okay. Has to go and injure a mech. You can't really put this guy here, huh? Probably not, right? Like if you maybe put the 2 infantry here, block, but I think you can still break through and get a shot. So it's probably not a good idea. There goes that anti-air. Here come the copters from the other airport. And all in all, they're pretty even in income. Actually denied these 2 cities from Chloe because she went for that interrupt, but it kind of denied herself of these 2 cities. So Chloe going for a hit there on that anti-air, which is I guess it might work out. Okay, she's gonna take out the mech. So it's really taking out that unit count. And now that anti-air cannot break through and hit that copter. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that is pretty strong. And same thing here, just going for as many hits, just taking out as much unit count as possible. Makes a medium tank as well. This already can get a shot, but you'd have to take out both of these mechs. And even then you have to commit the tanks, and there's a medium tank. So very tricky. Very, very aggressive plays, but I think this is going to all pay out. Pay off. So he goes for the kill on that 8 HP mech, but this guy is going to live, and it is going to absolutely blast this RD away. Dang. I think maybe the RD just has to pull back, right? Like take out the 8 HP mech and then pull back. I don't know. But it was looking like a sort of a good start there for Villefort, but that last turn, the big attack by Chloe was really strong. We have another anti-air build there, but there's just too many units from Chloe. She's gonna start capping everything, block this guy in, and now all these copters are gonna free to come down here and assist this base. And I think this match is over. I think this might be over really, really quick. And every time I say that, it ends up extending another 10 days. But here goes that Urban Blight. Let's see if that can save Villefort. That already has been neutralized. Okay, takes that out. Oh, he's gonna get a nice shot onto that medium tank there. We have 3. Okay, 4. That's nice. Gonna block these guys in. Try to heal up. Just make as many copters as he can. He's gonna make double copter because he got these 3 coming in. Dang. I'd say even perhaps making an anti-air could be worth. Well, I don't know. I think this is fair because now this mech is gonna be gone, and then you can plop it over here, lock this down. It's just gonna be a lot of copters to deal with, but he might be able to get the base actually. That Urban Blight might be a little bit clutch. But Chloebox can still take out something, move off, make something else. And that is what she's going to do. Take out a 1 HP and a 2 HP infantry. It makes another medium tank. Yeah, it makes sense. If you make an anti-air, it's just going to get taken out. And then you put a copter on the base or something. Even leaves the anti-air live, just like keeps surrounding it with the injured infantry. Now with the already there, locking it down. Wow. Even through those copters in range, I think because she was kind of low on the timer and didn't want to think too much, but wow. Exposing 2 hits there. There goes that Urban Blight. There's another copter that is going to get that other hit. Ooh, and this time it goes down to 3. Ooh, gets the beautiful Kindle kill right there. Wow. Deletes the anti-air to make a medium tank. So to withstand this, and so Chloe doesn't get the base with a victory march. But Chloe's gonna get a lot of stuff. She's gonna get these 2 cities. She's gonna get these 2. She might also get this as well. So we are getting into a base trade situation. Will Chloe hold on to that base? And even if they base trade, would it be better for Sammy or Kindle? That's the question. There you go. And what do you make? Another medium tank? Intrepid said he requires more medium tanks. Nope, no more medium tanks. Chloe has decided it is time for the base trade. You can have my base. I will have more income. That is the way. She has all 6 of these and these 2. So she is 8. She's going to be 4 properties ahead. So 8K income ahead. We're at 28 against 16K. I mean, I say 4 properties ahead, but that's going to be after all of this stuff gets flipped, right? So just a matter of time. The copter battle was won by Kindle. I do think that Chloe kind of just threw in the copters there, just letting them be first struck. But I do think it's a timer thing. Villefort is literally down to 2 seconds, so he is officially on increment. Chloe Box also 2 minutes and 35 starting, and he's gonna pull back. Yeah, we're both playing now at the increment. We have this semi-infantry in range of this city to try to go for that cap. And we have officially... Well, actually, no, this base is still alive. So once this gets flipped, then it's going to be a base trade. But technically, Kindle has 4 bases and Sammy has 2. But Sammy does have a bunch more properties and a bunch more income. 18 to 26. Pretty wild. Okay. Over here, anti-year already, we're going to probably see this base just pumping out infantry and try to reclaim this city. And then over here, it's going to be the battle for the middle properties. And this, I think, should go down now. Let's see the tank. No, it's going to live. The infantry, no, it still lives. That medium tank is still holding on. It's just hugging. It is hugging that base. It doesn't want to let it go. But next turn, you know that Chunky is going to go down. Infantry sneaking past there. Like, I'm going to go for that airport. Maybe Victory March, get the HQ. Like, no. That tank is like, you are not going anywhere. Now we get the cap there. Villefort really needs to... Wow. Deletes and makes another medium tank. Oh, man. I think that's too much because... that is so much money in repairs and another medium tank just to save the base while being behind on income. So he's really not making any more army. He's just making infantry from these other bases. So the base trade, the post-base trade scenario is not going to look very good for Villefort. There's a certain point where you kind of have to, let go of that base. Just like Chloe Box did. She just made an infantry, let it go. Because this is too costly. That is going to go down for sure. There are 2 copters and an arty shooting there. She will stop that capture at all costs. I don't know why I have this thing on anymore. There's no music, so why do I even have them on? Okay. Yeah, copter's going to bully this medium tank. And that infantry, it is awfully close to a very important property right there, but she's very far from a victory march. I don't think that she's going to get it. And that guy is going to get taken out. And the attempts over here to flip are not going through for Villefort. Okay, he's going to take that out. But this income discrepancy, man, I played against Chloe Box on this map in Life Madness 2. It was the first match. It was semi-mirror. And it wasn't pretty for me. I was playing behind on income for so long. And you can play behind on income, but not for that long and not with like even trades. And I wouldn't even say it's even trades because that extra medium tank is very, very costly. You can start to see that discrepancy. 133k against 96k in army value. We're gonna have so much more army for Chloe Box than we do for Villefort. So she's gonna be able to hold on to these properties. They are not easy to flip, these middle properties. Finally, that medium tank is taken care of. Artie was about to run out of shots. Urban Blight is not gonna stop that capture because this is Sammy. It is gonna get some damage. I guess that copter gets the kill there. Is not in range. Oh, it could go there and take that out, but tries to stay out of range of this anti, I guess. Okay, goes for that. But I think this is over. I think in unmixed, I think Sammy is gonna win here, just because Sammy has these properties. It's gonna be very hard to flip these actually. Chloe Box can just send her more army to stop any of these attempts of flipping. And yeah, there's no flips that are gonna happen. You have airport and base over here in range of this. You can send infantry over here. You can send stuff over here. It's just too much army. Pretty much, Chloe Box doesn't have to like push anymore. She can just hold the line, hold these properties, and have 8k more income every single turn. That's like almost half Villefort's. That is a lot. Oh, no way. You've got to be kidding me, man. Again, a game freeze? Okay, I think, yeah, let's, that is crazy. My brother was literally just calling me. That's why my phone was ringing. Man, that is crazy. So frustrating, man. Today is just not the day. Give me 1 second. Man, I can't explain how frustrated I am right now. So frustrated. Literally, like I was so immersed in the game and like freaking freezes. I don't know, man. This is so bad. Okay, I'm gonna finish the set and I'm gonna call it a day. I'm not gonna cover anymore. Let's finish it. I went back to where it froze. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Villefort was over here. He's attempting to get this flip. You guys were probably like, what the? This guy keeps talking about the game, talking about what's happening, and he can't even see what's going on. Crazy. Okay. So the base is getting taken care of, right? Villefort has his medium tank. He's attempting to go for these flips, but Chloe Box is like, nope. Same thing over here. We're at 25 and 19k income, right? They finally taking all these properties. Same thing over here. The only thing missing is that base. And we have 1-2 attempts of flipping. Medium tank is going to get dealt with now. So that is the end of the road of that base for Villefort. Gonna get the lowest investment there to like stop this capture for now until more comes, because there is quite a lot here. Got 2 copters, even gonna finish that off, gonna take out that copter, has an anti-air, takes out this infantry. There's just a whole lot. This medium tank also moving away. This was actually 3 medium tanks. It froze again? Bro. What the? No way. This is just ridiculous. It froze like one turn ago, no? My God. Okay, so we're here. Yeah, we saw this, right? We have the capture over here. I'm gonna be looking at my freaking OBS now. Make sure that doesn't freeze. So medium tank is gonna go down. We got that interrupt. This is probably the worst cast ever. The worst casting day ever. Honestly, what a misery. Yeah, very fitting having misery. The map. Anyways, copter trades there with the Urban Blight. Goes for 2 captures there. I think this is the joint cap. So it's at 1. So Cloybox is gonna have to send like copter and infantry to effectively deny that. Gonna poke over there, but I think this is pretty over. Day 17, you have, what is it, 18 to 26k income. And okay, does go for the kill over there. Again, just denying these captures, and Cloybox does not have to push any further. She can really just hold the line here, build up. That's what you want to do with that income advantage. Just build up more army, and then eventually, yeah, boom, just advance and go for the kill. And what a better way than to push this way, right? Maybe that's why she front switched the medium tank, which funnily enough, it's the 3 medium tanks joined into this one. It's like a 3-headed medium tank. Billeford not giving up because, you know, they're 1-0. So if he resigns here, he's out of the tournament. And Cloybox would make it to the main event. He's going to keep fighting until the very end. Perhaps he can get a win. But the middle fight is looking just way better for Chloe. There isn't really much like elaborate tactics in the middle, rather than just like stop caps, attack stuff. There's also an increment that you can see Villefort literally stopped, like he has 0. So his turn ended. And look at that, just pulling back, just making sure that she can stop that capture next turn. And stopping this one over here. Man, that 8k difference, you can look at that unit value. It is just going to grow every single turn. The only way to make up for it is if Cloybox is just throwing too much value into stopping the captures. But it's not even the case. Like, she's sending 2 infantry. She gets a few pokes. Look at that. She can even break through, hit that arty. And she still has that victory march too. So at any time, she could go for a victory march and maybe steal more properties. If she can get 1 more base, that it will be the end of it. And okay, takes out the tank. Looks like the middle has kind of, you know, that does kind of settle in the middle. So a lot of brawling. Now all of these copters, oof, man, you know, all of this is shifting this way. Like, this is all in onto the HQ area. Chloebox does not play around. She wants to close it out with a Victory March HQ, and it froze again. And I see it now. I see it. I freaking OBS. Why? Today is truly cursed, guys. Today is truly cursed. Okay. So, as I was saying, all this army can put so much threat over here. They have 5 copters, 7 copters. Crazy. She's gonna first strike some of these copters. Sammy's aren't the best, so it's not the prettiest of trades. But she just slams in. Just slam everything in here. Pretty much this medium tank is blocked off from hitting this guy. It will still get shelled by this arty. But yeah, just pretty much slamming everything in. Here comes the high society though. Wow. Will an overextended, overexposed Chloe turn there? Will it get wrecked by high society now? Bonk. Oh, wow. That is a lot of damage. Gonna destroy that tank for sure. And gonna, wow, look at that copter getting so much value as well. Wow, this high society can be very strong, but it might be too little too late because the properties are still uncapped. And we're at day 21. Day limit is day 30, so there's still some time to get some caps. But okay, evening out the unit army there, but still starting ahead in army by Chloe. And perhaps now with a victory march, there is this exposed. You might get this. I don't know if one RD shot and a couple of copters could take it out. Probably not. She probably won't use it, yeah. Ooh, the bomber build. The bomber build to take out the base. That is going to make sure that that base falls, and it is 2 turns away from that. So yeah, now you have already 2 RD spots potentially and a bomber staring down at that base. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not yet victory march HQ range. Yeah, that base is lost. Yep, this is definitely the end of the road. You can easily take this out with the RD and the bomber. Victory march, get the base, and then you can easily trap this as well. Dang. I guess. Let's see. No victory march? Man, she's really saving that up for the HQ cap. Okay. This game just keeps playing, guys. It is so over, but they just keep going. But the capture with a 5 HP, okay. And you have to remember, he only has 18k, right? He had to base skip for that medium tank. He's getting shredded over here as well. Holding on to dear life. Maybe he can win this somehow and not be out of the tournament. But it is the end of the road. I think congrats to Chloebox there. You see the resign. Congrats to Chloebox for redeeming herself and getting into the main event that she wasn't able in the first APC. She battled through quite a few opponents, but this was 3 rounds of single elimination. Granted, best of 3, but still. Fortunately enough, now we finally got through with all the freaking glitches that we've had, all the technical issues. Let me update the score. Let's get that 2-0 for Chloe. And yeah, Villefort, well played, very fun to watch, but he is out. He is still getting a little piece of the prize pool, which is nice. And Chloebox is gonna be in the main event. This was, yes, a very, very bloody battle. Oh yeah, I guess both of them. This set was probably the bloodiest of today for sure. Dang. When you see 30 infantry going down for each side, that is very telling. Okay. I wanted to update you on the brackets, but we can look at that next time. But pretty much we now know that. Which ones did we do today? So we know Azarel is in, DeadFS is in, and Chloebox is in. Okay. And Starflash. So we have 4 players in the main event. 2 of them were not in the last main event. So Chloebox and Azarel, of which Azarel wasn't even on the first APC. So 1 brand new player, 1 player still from APC1, but wasn't on the main event. And there's still a lot more to go, guys. We have 4 more sets to go. But as the screen freaking freezes again, that is so annoying. Very telling that this is gonna be the end. Oh man. Oh well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I hope you guys had a good time. I would love to say it was a good stream, but honestly, with all the technical issues, I am not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say it was a stream. Probably my worst stream ever. I'm not very happy with it. Yeah, I don't know. Today's just cursed. Today's just one of those cursed days. What am I gonna do about it? I hope you had a good time, and I will see you next time. I'm gonna go eat and try to have a not cursed day. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye bye.